Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our top tight end picks for Fanduel and DraftKings for Week 2. As always, if you want to watch our full video, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel at RotoBeast. And if you want to play our actual lineups we're playing this weekend, visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. And so let's jump into some tight ends this week. Tight end is not the sexiest position, but at the same time, the points matter. And, every point matters when it comes to DFS. 1 point could mean a difference between $200,000 and $200. So, we want to grind it out and give ourselves the best possible chance to win big. So this week at tight end, I think it's the week you got to pay up a little bit. Last week we went cheap. And we spin up at running backs. I think this week is opposite. I think there's a lot of great value running backs to go with this week. So tight end, get yourself one of the better tight ends. We'll start with the top tight end, I think, of the week is obviously going to be Gronkowski. The guy's the best tight end in football, plain and simple. There's nothing else to say about it. He had a rough week last week, caught only 2 of 6 targets for 33 yards. The whole Pats offense looked in sync, and I think they're definitely going to go off this week against the Saints. The Saints, they looked horrible on defense last week. They gave a lot of yards up, and Kyle Rudolph for the Minnesota Vikings, he had a good game last week. Scored a touchdown, and I definitely could see Gronk going off this week. And you got Cooks now with the Patriots. You got Hogan with the Patriots, and they're getting all the talk. These guys are, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. But Gronkowski is, at the end of the day, especially without Edelman, Gronkowski is Brady's favorite target, plain and simple. So I really like Gronkowski. I mean, he's the top tight end. And also you got Amendola, who's questionable with a concussion. If he's out, is going to be one less guy for Brady to throw to, and I could definitely see Gronkowski, getting 10 targets this week, maybe 7 or 8 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown easily. He's more expensive than every other tight end for a reason. So if you could fit him in your lineup, I would definitely recommend it. Patriots are projected to score the most points, than any other team. And I really like Gronkowski. Next, I'm going to go with Jimmy Graham. I like Jimmy Graham this week. I know a lot of people, they're not on Jimmy Graham, and they haven't been on Jimmy Graham since pretty much he came from New Orleans a couple years ago. He hasn't looked like the same player, but at the same time, 49ers, they look trash, and last year, as bad of a season that Jimmy Graham had, he still led the Seahawks in red zone targets. I definitely see him bouncing back this week. Last week, he led the team in actual targets with 7 targets. He's their top red zone threat. I really like Jimmy Graham this week, and I think he does have massive upside as well. Next, we'll go to Jordan Reed for the Washington Redskins. The guy, when he's healthy, he's good. The problem is when he's healthy. Week 1, he had 8 targets, caught 5 of them for 36 yards. It's very, it's very positive that he got 8 targets. And I can see him getting 10 targets this week. He has been dealing with a nagging foot injury, but if he's out there playing, he's going to get better week in, week out. So I definitely think he's going to bounce back against the Rams this week, who, they played against the Colts, pretty much the worst team last week, and they're on their high horse. But Washington is a really good offense. They're not pushover, and I like Reed to, get it this week for sure. He's somebody that I'm really looking at. Another guy I like is Ertz. You got Ertz. The guy, him and Carson Wentz, they have a really good connection. Ever since the end of last year, going into this year, we seen last week he had 8 targets, caught all 8 for 93 yards. He didn't get a touchdown, but the 8 targets for 93 yards is still getting it done. He was one of the top tight ends last week, and I like Ertz. And as long as he's healthy, I think that he's going to be pretty consistent this year. KC, they were tough last week on Gronkowski, And so this isn't the best matchup for Ertz, but at the same time, the Chiefs, they lost their All-Pro safety in Eric Berry, so that's going to help Ertz. He's one less guy for him to worry about down the middle. So Ertz is a really good play this week. And lastly, I'm gonna go with this guy. This guy hurts me to mention this guy. I hate this guy because it's like 1 week he's a monster, the next week he does horrible, next week a monster. Like I can never get this guy right ever. But I mean, he's 1K cheaper than any other tight end that I recommended, and so I mean, I think he's a great play. We're talking about Fleener for the Saints. The guy's a big target, and you got Drew Brees throwing to him, and Drew Brees is a really good quarterback. I don't care what age he is. I mean, he's still going to get it done. He's still going to throw the ball for 300 yards this week. So I do like Fleener. He caught 5 of 6 targets last week for 54 yards and a touchdown in a game that, the Saints looked bad. I could definitely see him getting, 8, 9 targets this week, 6, 7 catches, 75 yards and maybe another touchdown. So Fleener, he does look good. He gets a lot of red zone targets. And this game is going to be a shootout with the Pats. It's going to go back and forth. I think there's going to be a lot of yards on both sides. So I do think Fleener is a pretty good play this week. So that's kind of where I'm at for tight ends. Tomorrow I'll be back with our top GPP targets for this week. Help you kind of get ready to try to take down a big tournament. Thank you for watching our video. Please, like our video, share our video. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Our page has been growing and we want to continue growing. We want to be the top, provider, for you guys of information. And we try every day. We take one step at a time to get there. So, hey, thanks a lot. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.